Hello and welcome to another Captain N Gaming. Welcome. It's been about 2 years, maybe more, since I did a video showing newer players how to get their daily 150 Titanite. And today, after scouring for videos that can assist, as some know, it is possible to get your Titan strong enough to be able to go infinite with your Titanite, which is great for getting gold. One of the resources that one would need. Now, I went about 3,000 Titanite in one day using the strategy I'm going to show in this video. I have started my run, but I wanted to capture a little bit of what I'm presently doing. The strategy that somebody may use will depend on your Titan power and how far in the dungeon you are. Obviously, after I did the 3,000 Titanite, the dungeon is a bit harder than it was previously. But first, I'm going to show you some of the things I'm going to focus on, and then I'm going to show you actual gameplay of me doing the strategy that I'm using, which has been getting me close to 500 to 700 Titanite per day, which is quite a bit more than what I demonstrated in my previous video. So with that said, I want to point out a few things. One is the healing that Hyperion does is based upon his attack power. So we do want to make sure that we are using our stones to increase attack power. This will definitely increase his frigid healing. So we'll make sure that we are looking at that. Also getting activation chance to 100 and upping his health regeneration is definitely going to be a big key, because he does quite a bit of healing when that activates. So we definitely want to do that. This is also true of his balance seal. We want to use our gold to increase his attack power. The health is not as important. Runs usually end as soon as my tanks die. But yes, you want to continue to increase the attack power on Hyperion, because that is going to increase his healing. I also have increased my health and physical attack for Angus. He does most of the damage in the dungeon, so I run him as much as I possibly can. This, I think, might be the best. I've been working on increasing attack power overall here. Same thing with Araji. We want to make sure that we increase his physical attack for his attack. He usually melts the earth titans pretty quick. I focus on that mainly because, as you'll see, because of my particular focus on certain elements, my tanks and stuff die pretty quick with this. Also with Sigurd, we do want to increase his health, but particularly his health regeneration. His shield will protect him, but we're actually interested in the health regeneration in this. I do utilize Eden I'll explain how I work through that, and the other health regeneration is Avalon, and he also has a shield of sorts that absorbs and he will heal. So we want to make sure that we focus on that. Because I haven't played in a long time, um, I really don't have strong light and dark titans. In fact, they're not really required for what I'm going to demonstrate. So far, what I've done today is I've gotten 54 Titanite, and we're going to go through here. I'm going to explain what I'm doing. I always do the mixed rooms, mainly because we want to be able to get Avalon, Hyperion, and Sigurd to do their healing. Now, Sigurd will only heal himself. Hyperion will heal when he does his attack, but he also does an individual healing, the frigid healing. And he does this as his quote unquote second attack, which sometimes we wait for him to do. We want to make sure that we get that in. Right now, it looks like Sigurd is going to be the lowest level of health, so he's the one who's mostly going to get it in this one. This one does have Hyperion. I do have a tendency to use Eden because I like Eden to pull down Hyperion, if possible. It's not always possible, but we're going to go in here and we're just going to activate these at the beginning. Okay, you can see that Angus is doing quite a bit of damage. Okay, well, we did get him pulled down. And now I don't use, as you notice, that um, my energy is pretty much all up. This is actually a key strategy where I prefer, if I can, use their their ultimates at the beginning, and then just wait for them to max out on their energy at the end. Now, what's nice about doing these runs is that you're going to get these potions, and you're going to get these. Um, I forget what these are called. Well, anyways, mainly because we can use those at the merchant. We can trade them in. And the deeper you go, the more of these you're going to get. And so you can get more gold, you can get more Titan potion, and you can increase your Titans. Okay. Most of that is common sense. But another thing that I do is when I start to get to the end of my run, I get to a checkpoint and I don't activate it. The reason for this is that they will reset a couple levels up. This helps to, because as soon as you activate this, it is going to increase the difficulty of the dungeon. So I'll wait, but we're going to continue forward and get the gold, activate that. Okay, we're going to check to see if there's a Hyperion. There is. We have Eden here, which may or may not assist us. We're going to go through here, and we're going to do what we did last time, which is simply to activate these. We can delay Sigurd a little bit so his shield lasts a little bit longer. And once again, we're just going to sit here and we're going to wait because we want these their energy to be filled. All right. Now, when you have a choice, I always go for Earth. Angus does quite a bit of damage. I do like that. So we choose that over fire for sure. And we'll and I always do these manually because I don't use Eden as much as I can. I wait. Okay. So we're going to see how far we can go into the dungeon. I will choose water over fire. Fire is last resort. I would much prefer. I used to try to avoid the... as you can see, I'm just activating some of these. It's about 150 on the clock, so I'm going to stun them. And we'll see why that's relevant, because Nova will be ready for an Araji. Alright. There's a Hyperion. Okay. What makes it hard is sometimes, depending on your attack power, they may die too quickly and you might not near the end get to have a few hits so that the energy is full. We're in a good place right now where there's a good balance. Between the Titans that we're going up against. Alright, so I don't like how much damage that we just took from the Araji. So what we could do is I could throw a Nova for a moment. Redoing these rooms are very important as well. And I'll do a slight delay on Sigurd. And I'm going to wait for Nova here. So we're going to wait till where we can stop all the damage that is coming to us from the Araji. Alright. It's not always the case, so I'll probably take out Nova now. And we could try to pull down the Araji with the Eden. I usually use the Araji, but we're going to wait and see what this outcome is. Okay. Alright, so we have a pretty decent outcome. I don't like how Hyperion is not fully charged. Now, I'm not necessarily explaining everything that I'm doing, but this is what I try to get most of the time. And what we're going to do is we're going to time out our Nova on the Araji. And watch Hyperion, he's going to heal here in a second. And so we're going to use the Nova right there. Okay, that was a little early. We want to stun him when he's about to do his ultimate. If we time it out just right where his head goes forward, right there. Okay, so that's still too early. I still don't like the outcome that we're getting. Unfortunately, the Hyperion isn't charged. And it's dependent on whether he heals. So knowing that we have to do a slight delay for the Araji. So we're going to wait right there. He starts doing it. We're going to stun him. And as you can see, our Sigurd has not taken as much damage as he would have, because we redid that and we made sure we got the timing just right to stun Araji. Which I think I'll use now. He speeds up the energy regeneration, so I do prefer to use that as much as I can. And we might be able to use the Hyperion here to finish them up so he could be fully charged. Sigurd is starting to go down in health a little bit, so we do need to be mindful of that. Because we used the Hyperion to finish that up, our Angus is not fully charged, so we're going to utilize Eden, which we don't use right away. We want to make sure he does damage to the Sigurd. If you throw the rock too soon, it won't do damage to him. Alright, I'm okay with that outcome. As you can see, he does a little bit of damage to them, but that's fine. Okay, so fire. As you can see, my tank is a level 27. Well, actually, no, my Vulcan is 27. Because I have focused on what allows me to go deeper in the dungeon. We are going to utilize his ability. To punch Eden. Right when he starts to do his rock pickup. Because I much prefer not to. So he has a similar effect as Nova. We'll do the mixed room. Angus is almost ready. So we'll use that. Get that going. Get that going. And get some healing. Okay. So we're going to keep going. We're at 186 Titanite. Now, the idea of having Sigurd fully charged isn't always possible. Alright, so we're going to time out this Araji hit. Okay, well, it's not going to matter all that much. Because we got the shield, we were delayed on the shield, so it did protect. So we do want to make sure we get protected. I'm using Eden against Hyperion. Maybe he'll pull him down before he does his ultimate. Not always the case. And we're going to protect against that. We do. Want to make sure that Hyperion does his individual healing. Sometimes they can die too quick before he gets to do that. I should have delayed. Like, I'll delay in this case just so I could show you. He hits, then he's going to heal, which he did, and then we're going to wait for the timing to stop the ultimate on the Araji. Okay. Raji's good because he increases the rate of the energy refill. We did get some healing there. As you can see, our Sigurd now has a little bit more health. Okay, no Hyperion, so we do want to watch Hyperion. He's going to do an attack, followed by a healing. There he goes. He healed. And I feel pretty good about that outcome. So we're at 246 Titanite now. Now, I saw a video where it shows people being able to go infinite on the Facebook version, and they are doing auto, and they pretty much have everything maxed out. Alright, I probably won't heal Sigurd here. Might want to wait till about 150, and then we'll just go ahead and do the stun. That way he's almost half filled and ready. He should be ready by around 150. Now, the reason why I didn't do the healing is because if you use the ultimate of Sigurd near the end, he's only going to get minor healing. You get 8 seconds of healing. So if I do activate him, I would prefer to do it at the beginning, if I can. I think overall I get more healing that way. Now we want to wait to see if... Okay, Hyperion for some reason is getting to do his attack. And I think it's because I'm doing the Silva. I know that seems odd, but... So we're going to wait. We're going to let Angus do his work. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and retreat. Now, it did look like Hyperion died before he got his ultimate off, but that's not always the case. So it is RNG as to who Eden pulls down. So we do prefer that it's pulling down Angus or Hyperion. So we're gonna watch that for a second. Use Silva. Okay, so he's still pulling down the wrong person. We do want to wait. In fact, I probably won't use the Silva. For some reason, using Silva actually speeds up Hyperion. Alright, so we're going to watch this. Okay, so we're perfectly fine with that outcome. We didn't have to wait. If Hyperion isn't killed, we want to make sure he's the one that's actually pulled down. So we're going to wait here. I'll go ahead and use the silver to increase our damage. We do want to make sure that they're fully charged. So we want to make sure they're getting the last hits in, but once again, we don't want that ultimate going off. Now we could utilize... Alright, I'm gonna be prepared to pause this. Okay, Hyperion. I couldn't see if Hyperion got his healing in or not. So after he does his ultimate, or even before, he'll do an initial attack, and then for his next move, he's going to do healing. But if the enemy is dying and he's caused to walk, it may delay. So we're going to watch to make sure that he's lifting up his staff. So we're going to watch that. Okay, he does one attack, and he did his healing. Okay. Now, if they would have died, say, a few seconds earlier, he would not have lifted up his staff. He would not have done his frigid healing. And if you miss those healings, as you can see, our health is already getting pretty low. Get some more healing. I'm going to wait for the healing right there. So in that case with Hyperion, because he wasn't fully charged, if let's say he's one hit away from being charged, you want to wait because he's literally going to do the frigid healing in a matter of just a few seconds. And if I would have done the ultimate before he did that, then that's not going to occur, because after he's done, he needs at least 2 hit potential, and if he's constantly walking or the enemy's dying off, that healing is not going to take place. So we're at 306 Titanite at the moment. So I'm hoping so far that I may choose Araji here, and I may actually activate Araji. We'll take a look at some outcomes. I'm hoping you're picking up some ideas here right before the hit. There we go. Some more healing. Now we do want the Angus to go off. Alright, so I don't like the damage that's going off on Sigurd. This is in part due to the fact that our Angus is not fully charged going in here, so I'm going to utilize Araji to help with some deaths here. Set off that. Okay. I'm actually fine with Sigurd being pulled down there because he can't be damaged when he's pulled down. So I was actually okay with that outcome. Once again, we're going green here. And we're watching the Hyperion. Get some minor healing going on. Alright, so we're going to watch here. Alright, so we want to make sure... Okay, so he got the ultimate off. So we definitely want to retreat. Eden, once again, went for Mari. It's 50-50. You notice I'm not using my Eden at all. Alright, so we're going to hover over the pause. We want to see if he dies. Nope, he doesn't. Alright, so the timing of how everything is playing out, in this case, he is getting that hit off. I could see if Silva can do a finisher on him if he's not being pulled down. It doesn't look like Silva's going to be... Okay, so we're going to see if he dies, though. Nope. So yes, it is true that you may have to do the exact same battle over and over again. This is going to be key to making sure that you're not taking more damage than you should. So we're going to wait to see if this pulls down Hyperion. It does not. So, I mean, this may be like the 5th time we're redoing this. But if you want to go further in the dungeon and preserve the health of your tanks, it's going to be important that we wait for an outcome. That is much better for us. This is what I do so far to go deep in the dungeon. There's other strategies some people might use. There we go. So we pull down the... And let's see if we... Okay, good. So I saved the Silva for the last hit. Now, Silva actually has an activation. Okay, we did 330. Now, if my Silva was stronger... That's not what we wanted. I'm going to take a look at Silva for a second. Alright, which isn't very strong. But she has this extra defense from Water Titans, which is nice. This could be something I could consider doing more in the future, but it's not the primary focus. The primary focus is that healing. Now, what we could do, or what one could do in the middle of a dungeon, alright, is we could do upgrades as we go. This is a potential what one could do. Let's see, we don't have enough gold. So we're almost to the next upgrade for Hyperion's healing. So, but we could get that upgraded as we go here. Alright. So Nova should be ready for our stun. Hyperion is going to do his healing right about there, and there's our stun, and our energy is almost full for all of them. So Sigurd is fully charged, so he can get his full 8 seconds. So if you consider, if I would have used Sigurd near the end there, he may have only had maybe 2 or 3 seconds of healing. And then by the time he has enough energy, it's going to be near the end of the next battle. So it's better to just tank and not use your healing until you can get Sigurd healing at the beginning. You're going to get a full 8 seconds. And that's already more than the few seconds. And it's worse getting him stuck, only going off at the end. So, okay. I'm going to do a slight delay on Sigurd so he can tank a little bit more hits. So lots of healing going on. Okay. I may activate Sigurd after like a first hit or two. Otherwise, I'll probably wait. So we get the full healing. Definitely going for green. And we're looking out to counter Hyperion. Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit different because our Angus is delayed. So we're going to see how this plays out. There's too much walking involved. The death of the first Titan is way too close to when Hyperion's going to activate. So instead of my Titans hitting him, they're walking towards Hyperion because Sigurd has died. So we do have to wait now for the activation of Eden. And that did not work. So we're going to retreat and try again. Wait until Hyperion. So I'm going to keep doing the run here. Let's see how far we can go today. And now sometimes I do use Eden. But to be honest, like right now I'm not. mainly because we don't. It may seem counterintuitive, but we don't want to win as fast as we can. Because if the few ultimates we activate kill them too quickly, you're not going to get the energy refill, and you're going to be waiting for more than just, say, one hit. Alright, so now we just wait. Unfortunately, it keeps pulling down the wrong Titan. Which, interestingly enough, seems to be Mari more often than not, so I really don't know if it's exactly 50-50. Now, depending on the strength of your Titans, you may not have to utilize these kinds of strategies. It just happens to be where my Titans are in relation to the difficulty and based on the focus. Yeah, that just keeps being the... I think I've had like 10 retries in a row once. Now this still might not guarantee that we can get Hyperion before he does his ultimate, but it's going to be much better. Okay, there we go. Alright, we got him. I was ready to do the Silva if we need to. So 366. Now obviously, as your Titans get stronger and you focus on upgrading them correctly with the healing and everything, you're going to be able to go much deeper. There might be other strategies. I'm going to wait on Sigurd. Alright, face came forward. He's about to jerk back. We do the stun. And our main concern is the Hyperion and this Sigurd, which he's doing pretty good right now. It's the Angus that usually lags behind. I'm gonna hold on to the Silva, and now we just sit and watch. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish this off in time. Got him. Okay. Now that last hit from Eden, there's been a few occasions where I wanted to make sure that his attack power was just a little bit stronger, just to make sure that that last hit is actually going to finish them off. Now I'll probably use the Silva just for the defense. So in this case, we were able to kill Mari before the 50-50, so it guaranteed the stun on Hyperion. Which sometimes he doesn't get dragged down, sometimes he just gets stunned. Now my Angus is not doing very well, unfortunately. Now, this is where having a stronger Silva might come into play, which I'm waiting to utilize her. Okay, we get the stun. Alright, so now unfortunately my Angus is bleeding health. We have to get to this mixed room for him to get his healing, and I definitely want to make sure he gets his healing, so we're going to make sure we have the Hyperion, the Avalon, and Angus is not going to take a lot of damage in this fight because he's not the primary tank. A little delay on Sigurd, there we go. Alright, there we go. So as you can see, we ended up getting the healing. I was waiting to pause it because I want to make sure that the Hyperion wasn't going to die before the frigid healing kicks in. So we're at 426 Titanite. And in fact, I think that we might have enough gold for the upgrade on the Hyperion. And we do. So we're going to go ahead and just utilize that for now. Get a little bit more healing. Okay. I prefer Water Titan over anything else, to be honest. And I'm probably going to get this Sigurd activated here. There we go. And wait for Nova. Usually around 150. There we go. Sigurd was still healing there even until the very end. So he's basically healing the whole time. Alright, mixed. So it's going to... The healing is going to target Angus. He's not fully charged, so that I may have to utilize a Raji here. Their Raji might end up going off. But I'm going to wait until the my Raji activates that. And I am very much not pleased with what's going on there. And this is how important Angus is for me right now, which is kind of interesting. The person who made a video to go infinite doesn't have Angus as a recommendation. Alright, I'm pleased with that. Okay. 450. Yeah, as long as we're keeping Angus. Yeah, this delay in Angus, he may require 2 hits. Maybe we'll get some extra defense here. Not good. Alright, so it's very possible that the delayed Angus really makes this hard. So I may utilize Eden there. There we go. I'm going to wait for Silva here just in case. Actually, he may die without the Silva, but okay. Alright, Hunt of Fire. We don't do this very often. Usually Vulcan and Moloch end up dying in my case. And the strategy with the Raji Ignis is that we do need to activate both pretty much as soon as you can. And we want to make sure Eden pulls down Ignis. This protects his health and it keeps a Raji doing damage. And he tanks damage, in my case, obviously, a lot more than Ignis, as his power is pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and just do this. Take him out, and then we're going to smack her. I could have waited till Moloch's hammer came down. That's another thing. When they go to attack, if you activate their ultimate, it can negate their attacks so the damage isn't put through. So if that's ever a significant enough factor, then we'll want to make sure that we retreat and go again. We may end up having to do Eden here, activate his stuff. we'll see. We'll activate Angus there. We'll probably activate Sigurd. Okay, we didn't get a lot of healing out of that. That was a mistake. He was taking a lot of damage though. Alright, so no Raji here, but it won't really matter. We'll stun them just the same. We'll do a delay on this so we can get more. Alright, so he did his healing, he did an attack. Let's start to get some healing going. I'm waiting because I want to do Sigurd's shield at the beginning so we can get 8 full seconds of healing, which he doesn't heal as fast as the damage is coming through. That's just happens to be the case here. And we might want to switch and even use due to all the earth titans here. I'll probably wait till the heal and then activate. I hate doing that. The Angus unfortunately doesn't get yeah, it's probably a bad thing to do actually, because now he's not charged up. Wait till they go to hit and then we'll activate these so we can get more defense, and we'll just stun because we're tired of these guys. And we could do these all day long. The problem I'm having presently is the Angus, who does most of the damage. Fire, maybe. I'll probably activate Eden here. Slight delay, and he's walked far enough to do damage to everything. I don't like the damage that we are incurring. And Sigurd might not be avoidable. Try that up to speed up our energy. Wait, Hyperion speeds up. We did too much of a delay on this, the Sigurd. Okay. Now, sometimes I have to do it when the health starts to get this low. I have to start by necessity trying to kill them off before I want to. Probably utilized Raji here. Right to the speed up, there we go. Probably utilize Angus, there we go. So if Angus is killing them with his ultimate, that's going to be key. 546. Now this is basically what I did when I did the 3000. Believe me, after doing the 3000, the difficulty goes up. We'll do a delay on Mari here before he does his attack. You gotta hurry up there. Do the stun. And we walked out of there with more health for Sigurd than when we went in. Okay, good. I think Angus alone is going to be able to finish them off. They're being hit while they're walking, which is nice. Now we just sit back and wait. So that's pretty decent. Once again, we have a little bit more men going in. Wait for the Hyperion to do his heal. There it goes. Go ahead and do a stun because it's at 150. Alright. Fortunately, we're not gonna start with the heal. Sigurd's not all charged up. Probably wait till they do their first attack, so he's doing that. And we'll probably make sure that he dies, melts him, and then just wait. There was no reason to use my stun. Alright, my concern is Sigurd here. Alright, well, Angus is charged. I would be even more concerned if he wasn't. Activate him as soon as possible. Now we just sit back and wait. Sigurd has more health and he's fully charged. 606 Titanite. So as you could see, this particular strategy is probably situational. I'm gonna wait for Sigurd there, use some defense, and then wait for Raji right there. Smack. So we hit him right before he activates, so the basically Nova's shot is coming at him when he begins. And if you stun him while he's doing it, it activates, right? So he uses all his energy. So he's not, if you do it too early, he's still gonna end up doing it. So it requires some timing, which is fine. So we'll probably just use healing and Angus here. And just sit back and very good. And we're still going. Hyperion, we get to use Sigurd here in a minute. Probably might not even use Mari because we're about to stun. There we go. I'd rather use Mari at the beginning. Mari, I think, weakens their attack, so they're not doing as much damage. Alright. I like keeping Iraji. Should I activate Sigurd here? I think maybe I should. Alright. That's good. He was able to do enough attacks and or kill. So he's fully charged. That's ideal. If not, then just reset and try again. So one of the beauties of using Angus at the beginning, it makes him pretty weak near the end. And so when they kill a Titan, they end up getting more energy refilled. I don't know if it's like 25%, 30, 33, 50, I don't know. I'll use Mari right there before she attacks. Now I'll do Sigurd. Now we're gonna wait for the... Okay, that was a little early, but maybe he dies. Yep, okay. He dies before... Look how much health we have for Sigurd now. When we get to use these water elemental fights over and over again, it's very key. Because if Sigurd is fully healed and he's doing well, there we go. And you can see our Angus is a little over half health now, so we're at 690. So as long as we keep that health recharged, we're doing good. We'll do a delay on these, very slight delay, so we can get more protection with the shield. And smack. So we're doing really good with our energy management. I think in part when there's these mixed ones and you have 2 to 3 or all 3 of the Super Titans, that could be problematic. Angus is unfortunately not charged here. So we'll wait for the energy speed up right there, activate that. And we can use Angus here near the end because he's probably going to be killing things. Okay, that is not good. Angus got pulled down by Eden, so he wasn't completing his ultimate. Activate this. Wait for Raji to speed up. There we go. Heal, and then we'll activate Angus as soon as he's good. I'll just watch for outcomes. Okay. Doing good. And most people probably are going to sit here and watch the whole thing. Mainly finding actual gameplay. Might be hard to find. Okay, we did end up taking a hit to the face, but our health is pretty high and I like the energy outcomes. So Hyperion wasn't stopped. That's not that big of a deal. It doesn't happen all the time. I'm okay with that. Wait for him to die, then we'll go ahead and smack that. That way they're not hitting us while we're walking towards them. Okay, and because the Hyperion is activating at the beginning, like immediately, he gets that little extra healing going. That's fine. Sigurd's delayed, that's fine. And then we'll wait. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use... Okay, we're good. I don't think I was going to use a Raji. To actually watch a run where somebody goes deep, I think is very, it's much better. Than watching somebody just show you they have max stats, which most people probably don't have or are tempted to pay for, and or they're just doing auto matches which don't really show you a kind of like in-game strategy. Once again, I never use auto. It's just so bad. Oh no, our Hyperion is a little delayed. So we'll want to make sure that he's still able to do his rigid healing. There's one of two things that can be done. First, I'm gonna use him as soon as I possibly can, and then see if he does the rigid healing at the end. The other thing is I could do is if he doesn't heal, get full energy after his first hit, we may just wait because he's literally seconds, not literally, but he is seconds away from doing his healing. So actually, I don't know if I want to do that. Actually, going to wait for his heal. So notice Hyperion at 150 just did his heal. So I'm just not going to do anything. Which kind of makes me wonder how many times, like if I didn't use Hyperion's ultimate, how many times per a match would he end up activating the frigid healing? Like if it goes long enough, is he like doing it twice? Head all the way forward, smack. That way he activates the ultimate and he doesn't do any damage. If you're too delayed, that means he's going to start doing a little bit of damage to Sigurd, which could be avoided if the head is almost all the way forward right before he jerks back, which isn't always the case, but it seems to be most of the time. We can stop him. So he's getting hit. The ultimate activates, but we hit him before his flame actually comes out of his mouth. Alright, we did end up taking a little bit of damage on Sigurd. I'm more concerned about Angus because my Avalanche doesn't do as much healing. Sigurd has a lot of healing during his matchups, so a little delay on that. We'll see how that goes. And watch for outcomes. We do want to see the Hyperion pulled down. Okay. I like to kill Mari before he gets the blue. He does his special because that weakens my attack and I'm less likely to kill Hyperion. But everything went well, so everything's fine. just sit and watch. Okay, so did you see how Mari got that in? So we're going to walk over. Okay, we're good. I actually pushed the button to pause it, but I didn't let go. If I was still over it, it would pause. Not that big of a deal, but all right. I might not do anything with Hyperion. Okay. I don't like that their Araji's getting to hit. I'll put in Eden, see if he pulls anybody down. Alright, the shield activates. Okay, so it is possible for the Eden to pull that down. And notice that the Hyperion doesn't do the frigid healing when I want him to. Because he dies, he walks. Okay, now he does the heal. Now, the most likely dead. I gotta look at. Okay, so I'm okay with that outcome. Unfortunately, the Angus. I don't like the fact that Sigurd is a little weak. Hey, check that out. Got some loot. Now, some people will hold on to these for certain events, and sometimes I will, depending on the upcoming event. I much prefer to be able to cash them in. Now, I want to see how close we are to getting Sigurd. He needs 18. Okay, we're not quite there yet, so maybe we could just do gold. And take a look at who we can upgrade here. Alright, so we can get more health from Hyperion. That's good. Just a little bit more. Wait for Sigurd right there. Puts his weapon up. Probably won't do Mari. Tag. I think I lost a little bit of health, but I can't tell if it's because the ultimate had a 1/10 of a second to activate or to hit. Okay, only one Super Titan. That's good. Sigurd immediately, and then Angus immediately. Okay, I am not liking the health reduction that we're suffering, so I'm going to utilize Eden this time. Sometimes I don't, because I don't want them to die too quickly. But we're going to do a slight delay, let them take one extra. Make sure the Sigurd is taking damage. It did. Activate. Sit back and watch. Alright, I'm more happy with that outcome. Not happy with the Hyperion, but I guess maybe we could have used Araji. Now, if we use okay, well, we didn't have to do anything because for some reason we're melting. We're melting them. Fire, we don't do this very often, but probably stun him. There we go. Those two are gonna die. Alright, it's just the way it's gonna be. The first two Titans, Vulcan and Moloch. Alright, I prefer Raji. He does the energy speed up. Few steps. There we go. Activate that. Now we sit back and watch. Okay, I'm fine with this outcome. Now notice how much health we have. We 906 Titanite. Let's see here. All right. Probably just do him right away. Then we sit back and wait for the stun. There we go. Now we did take a little bit of damage, but it's fine. We're over 50% with Sigurd now. Remember, it used to be really low. But we've been very careful to activate things at right times. Okay. I was gonna pause it there for a second because they looked like they were about to die, and Hyperion didn't do the frigid healing yet. He was too busy walking due to I might do Angus here. Yeah, that was going to be needful to block Araji. Nova wasn't fully charged yet. Alright, back to red. Now I have questioned whether or not I want to activate Araji immediately or wait until he does his speed up. Okay, that's not what we want. Because he's going to get pelted. Alright. So let's do a double Araji attack. Unfortunately, we're getting down to the wire with our tanks. Alright, so basically this would be fine, except for Araji's being pulled down. We want Ignis to be pulled down. But if we activate Ignis, which I probably won't do, alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this is where I basically get myself to, and if I had a completely maxed out Irachi and Ignis, I would be able to win all the time. Because Irachi just does so much damage once he reaches the erogenous zone. Alright, there we go. Alright, all three Titans. I think I will observe outcomes, but he's almost dead, right? I'm okay with a little bit of damage from Hyperion. Alright. There's got to be something of value in this video so somebody can actually see it. And I may actually just stop once I hit 1,000. Now, I mean like stop the video kind of thing. And forward smack. Alright, so I was a little early on that pause, but good. But yeah, we'll definitely go to 1,000 Titanite. You can obviously see the that I'm going to be able to go pretty deep today. And I mean, gosh, I have a level 45 Silva and she's still alive, you know. I rarely use her for anything. As you can see, that the Angus is pretty key. Okay, I want to see if he still dies. Okay. I'm fine with Mari being pulled down as long as our Titans are going to be able to kill the Hyperion before his ultimate. I am 100% okay with that. That's why I got my finger on the pause button. I don't want bad outcomes. See if that's good. Okay. It does seem like they're a lot weaker than usual. Okay, so when you're down to a Raji and Ignis, I personally don't do auto battle because I'm not in a place to do that. Ignis will die. So what we want to do is just continue to use Araji. Ignis was down, so he's completely healed. And then we don't do the fire very often, so if we keep Araji in the multi mix, he's going to get healed up a little bit, and hopefully that that persists. We're going to watch for outcomes. The pull down, okay. Okay, unfortunately, Mari. Alright, so we're going to use our silver to finish that up then. Which, if I wasn't so concerned. So we're going to just hover over the silver, wait for the last second. Pulls on Hyperion. He doesn't die. Use Silva to finish him off. And she's already at 50%, so that's good. Okay, so actually that's all I'm going to do for this video. I think there's a sufficient amount of information that you can use to go deeper. Just seeing actively watching me actively do these in manual. Obviously, I'm going to keep going, see how much Titanite I can do today. But once again, just to recap some of the. Gosh, I am really trying to get to the Titans. The physical attack on Hyperion for the skin, definitely want to do that. Um, that's the great thing about this other skin that I don't have. That's going to do that too, because this frigid healing is based. It's 200% based on the attack. So every single time you increase his physical attack, when he does his individual healing, the one with the least health, he's going to get more. So we definitely want to have that. And once again, I focus on the health regeneration artifacts. And once again, physical attack here. Angus, I focused on the physical attack and his health because I want him to survive as a tank, and I want his ultimate to do as much damage as possible. Maybe when that's maxed out, I'll increase this. This wouldn't be a bad idea because obviously for 9 seconds they're doing additional damage, so I'll be getting that up for sure. Araji, same thing. I want a lot of health. I want a lot of physical attack for his ultimate. And really, this is not going to be as key, in my opinion, or at least it hasn't been for me. Health regeneration with Sigurd. Health is also important, and obviously extra defense. But I think mainly the health that helps out. You know, I really don't increase Eden much. I don't increase Nova much. I mean, look at this. Okay, I don't have a lot. I mean, look at this. I haven't increased any of these beyond level 1 for Moloch. He's dead. I don't really need him to be able to get to 3,000 Titanite. And that's fine. Avalon, health regeneration, maybe some health, maybe extra defense, keep him alive. And Ignis, once again, not much going on. I rarely use him. Well, I mean, I do use him, but Mari, once again, don't really do much. I could. It's just not significant enough for me to invest in him as opposed to focusing on the regeneration. Same thing with Silva. I could get the extra defense from water, but it's not really needful at the moment. And maybe that'll change in the future when other things are all up to date. And basically everything else I just don't use and just got. So, all right. With that said, thanks for watching. I hope seeing somebody get to 1,000 Titanite and actual game footage, doing manual the whole time, and doing repeats for better RNG, and seeing the health outcomes and how to persist in the dungeon is helpful to you. So have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later.